Bell here from Navigate Affordable Housing with your Tuesday tip. This week we will discuss the 4 VAWA appendices and form numbers released with the final rule, and as owner agent what your responsibilities will be. Keep in mind, as we reference the term covered property, we're speaking of the properties under the affected housing programs of the VAWA 2013 final rule that we discussed last week. First, we'll start with the VAWA Appendix A, Notice of Occupancy Rights under the Violence Against Women Act, HUD Form 5380. This form must be given along with Appendix C to existing residents during the annual recertification or lease renewal, to any family that moves in, to any applicant who is rejected, and to any family who receives a notice of termination of tenancy or assistance that is processed during the first year after the rule goes into effect. The time frame for all existing property households to receive these documents is from December the 16th, 2016 to December the 15th, 2017. The second appendix that we will discuss will be the VAWA Appendix B, titled Model Emergency Transfer Plan for Victims of Domestic Violence, Dating Violence, Sexual Assault, or Stalking. This is HUD Form 5381. Owners and agents are required to develop and implement an emergency transfer plan by June the 14th, 2017. HUD has provided a form that may be used as a guide, or you may use the HUD form itself. Implementation of this plan also requires changes to other policies, such as your tenant selection plan, your VAWA policy, and hopefully by now all properties have a VAWA policy as outlined in their tenant selection plan. It also includes your house rules and transfer policy per your tenant selection plan. It also includes your waiting list procedures and your rejected applications. We will discuss the emergency transfer plan in more detail during our next Tuesday tip series, as it is one of the key elements which allows for survivors to move to another safe and available unit if they fear for their life and safety. The third appendix that we will cover today will be VAWA Appendix C, Certification of Domestic Violence, Dating Violence, Sexual Assault, and Stalking. This is HUD Form 5382. This is a new certification form for documenting incidents of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, and stalking that must be used by all covered housing providers. Now, this form must be given with Appendix A to all existing households during the annual recertification or lease renewal, to any family that moves in, to any applicant who is rejected, and to any family who receives a notice of termination of tenancy or assistance that is processed, remember, during the first year. Also remember that Appendix A and C are given together, and that it does not have to be given every year at the AR, and it does not have to be given to every applicant on your waiting list, just to the applicants that are rejected. Also, very important, please note, this form does not substitute for the VAWA lease addendum for the Section 8 programs. Owners and agents must, again I stress must, continue to use the VAWA lease addendum, HUD Form 91067. The fourth and last appendix that we will discuss today will be VAWA Appendix D, Emergency Transfer Requests for certain victims of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, and stalking. This is HUD Form 5383. Now, this form is used as a written request for emergency transfers for victims or people affiliated with the victims seeking an emergency transfer if a request is a part of the owner agent's policies. Owners and agents may use the model form or create their own, but remember, that the form must contain the same information and language as the HUD model form. Make sure that your VAWA policies, your tenant selection plan, and transfer procedures list requirements for your emergency transfers, which we will also, as I said, discuss later in the next Tuesday tips. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll look forward to next week's discussion on VAWA 2013 and the emergency transfer plan. Goodbye for now.
And don't forget, we'll do a Facebook Live on VAWA Tuesday, February 28th at 10 a.m. Central Time. Get your questions ready. We'll answer them live. The address is facebook.com/navigatehousing. See you then.